Good evening, everybody. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics. It's going to be Batman. The new Spider-Man movie just came out, and he's a cool superhero and everything, but I want to talk about 3 reasons why Batman is a cooler superhero than Spider-Man. First of all, the thing that stands out most to me is the fact that Batman, Bruce Wayne, just a normal human being. You got Spider-Man, on the other hand, got bit and had some powers. Batman, he doesn't have any powers. This is all on his own. It's his own mental will and sheer strength and training himself, pushing himself to the limits. The other thing with that, not only is he physically just as capable, not being somebody without superpowers, he is successful in every aspect of his life. He's a multi-billionaire in his world. And so I think that is just as important just as telling of the kind of person that Batman or Bruce Wayne is versus Peter Parker, Spider-Man. He's pushed himself and created success throughout his whole life. It was given to him from his parents, but he's made it even better since he inherited that from his family. I think the other thing that makes Batman a superior human being compared to Spider-Man is the fact that he always is thinking ahead. He's thinking of whatever situation he's in, but 5 steps ahead. Always has contingencies saying, this isn't going to work, this is how we're going to remedy that situation. That doesn't work, this is how I'm going to remedy this situation. He's just a thinker. He's has a brilliant mind, and all around he is just superior to especially Spider-Man. The next thing that really stands out is the fact that Batman has a sense of determination and motivation in his life. I think one of the big reasons Batman is more compelling as a character and as a superhero is the fact that he is relatable. He has mastered his own self-control. He's mastered his mind and his body, and he is doing things that we can do as human beings. We can achieve the same level of mastery, and so I think it's inspiring, and people are more related to that. Spider-Man, how on the other hand, he's just a nice guy. He's just a young kid who decided that he wanted to be a superhero through his guilt trip after he caused his uncle's death. And so, I mean, on the other hand, you look at that and Spider-Man is trying to redeem himself, whereas Batman has never any redemption that he wants to fulfill. It is just a sense of sheer responsibility to clean up the town of Gotham and the world. He doesn't want to have anybody go through the trauma that he went through. He took that anger and that hurt that he felt and turned that into a weapon, where Spider-Man has used that as a guilt and felt that he needed to redeem himself. And that's caused him throughout the comic books to lose his powers because he's lost that motivation. There are several times in the comics where Spider-Man has lost his spider abilities, or whatever you want to call it. And I think the third and probably one of the most important aspects that makes Batman a much better character, a much cooler comic book character, superhero, is the fact that he's just a more intelligent person. I think one of the things that was really interesting about Batman is he has 12 master's degrees. It goes back to each point how he's a superior human being and how he has mastery over his determination and his motivation. He's able to go through school. I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree. This is my last semester. I want nothing to do with it. I don't want to move on. The fact that somebody like a Batman character could go on and earn 12 master's degrees compared to Peter Parker, who has only completed, I believe, one. I don't think that, or I know he hasn't gone anywhere beyond that. I don't know if in the comics they've said he's even gotten a master's degree. While he is very intelligent, I think this just shows volumes more about Bruce Wayne and Batman. The other thing that I believe is important that shows how he is just a more intelligent, more well-rounded person is the fact that not only does he have 12 master degrees, but he knows 127 different forms of martial arts. Spider-Man, on the other hand, he's created his own. He's created the karate technique called the Spider, or the Way of the Spider. And so, to me, that just shows while Batman and Spider-Man, in ways, are kind of similar, Batman is much more compelling. He's a much more relatable character. He's somebody that, while we're not in a comic book, people can achieve anything they set their mind to, just like Batman. He's become a brilliant person, a brilliant mind, peak physical condition, just amazing crime fighter, an amazing detective. And so those are the reasons why I think Batman all around is much more compelling character, is because there's a sense of him that we can all enjoy and find ways to feel like we can be our own type of superhero. So thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy learning more about Batman.